Hi, Mia. Thank you so much for joining Social Tables Huddle today. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone?
Absolutely. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me at a Social Tables Huddle. My name is Mia Mulrennan, and I work in two industries primarily. I'm an organizational psychologist who applies social psychology, consumer psychology, and organizational psychology to the hospitality, travel, and tourism industry. And at first blush, that might sound a little bit odd, but if you think about it, there is psychology in everything related to service and making sure your clients and customers are happy, and also making sure that people are happy doing what they're doing in their work and jobs every day. That is all based in psychology. So all of my consulting and speaking really is related to that. And I'm considered a thought leader in this brand new territory, which is exciting.
Well, I appreciate it so much that you were able to take some time off of doing your big speaking circuit and write some blog pieces for us. So I'd love to ask you a couple questions, just generally speaking about what you've written in the content. The first one is, in this age of technology, when virtual interaction is becoming much more acceptable in terms of a method of communication, what inspires physical attendance at meetings and conferences? What keeps people coming back to these physical locations versus just sitting behind the computer?
Well, the good news for meeting planners and their clients is that it will always be the case that people will be coming to meetings and conferences in person. And there's a lot of psychology behind this. In fact, I think that technology has actually helped this in many ways. As I wrote in the article and blog entry, you really cannot document an experience nowadays without utilizing technology in person. And I've kind of called that parallel digital experience, where someone wants to in vivo document with a selfie that they ran into someone they haven't seen in a long time, and they usually wouldn't see except in person at a conference, or taking a picture of their beautiful lunch and posting it on Instagram. Those are things that have actually helped in-person attendance, and also solidified for the attendee that there are certain things you will never be able to get via webinar and technology. Another huge component is not only documenting things, but the fact that we want to connect. We're social beings. And if you stop for a moment and think back to the last conference that you were at, the memories that first come to mind have little to do with the information you learned, and have almost everything to do with the experience and the connections and the relationships, maybe even the venue. And that's something that's never going to change.
Well, that's a great answer. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's something that meeting planners are going to really have to focus on as well, in saying, what is my client looking for? Of course, they're looking for in-person attendance. But if you think of it from the experiential, psychological, emotional kind of feeling standpoint, then you're halfway there. You're going to get to the point where you're saying, I know what to focus on, and I know how to market, talk about this conference in ways that will solicit and foster in-person attendance. And that's something your clients are really going to appreciate, because let's face it, that is the work you're doing before the conference actually begins, before the meeting begins. Is your client and you as the meeting planner are tracking, okay, how many people are responding to this? How many people are actually registering? How many people who have been there to our conference or meeting before are saying, yes, I absolutely am going to be there again and make this a priority? And a lot of that is catering to and understanding the psychology behind what it means for someone to be there.